Welcome to the Nazareth College Centennial Podcast. I'm your host, Timothy Nealand, and in each episode I'll be guiding you through stories of amazing alumni, fascinating faculty, or the hidden history of the college. Today's episode, the history and future of Casa Italiana.
So really, Casa Italiana has been here in Rochester since the 1970s.
That was Joelle Carota, the new director of Casa Italiana. She sat down with Center for Public History's Jordyn Bagley and Rheanna Barney to talk about the past, present, and future of the Casa.
Ciao, my name is Jordyn Bagley, and I'm a student worker here at the Nazareth College Center for Public History. We'll be interviewing Dr. Joelle Carota, the new Casa Italiana director, and Rheanna Barney, Casa Italiana and Center for Public History student worker, to learn a little bit more about their work and what the Casa Italiana offers. So thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
May you please introduce yourself and share with us how you came to Nazareth.
Okay, I'll go first. Hi, I am Rheanna Barney. I'm a junior history and Italian major at Nazareth College. I work for the Center for Public History, and at the moment I am focusing on a project involving the history of the Casa Italiana. I am also one of 3 students involved with running the children's Italian program, La Scuola Italiana. This past summer, I studied abroad for 12 days in the UK with Dr. Nealand and for 5 weeks in Italy with Dr. Carota and our previous Casa director, Dr. Viti Alexander.
Awesome.
Hi everyone, my name is Joelle Carota. I'm a visiting assistant professor of Italian here at Nazareth, and I'm also the new Casa Italiana director. My story with Nazareth actually started in 2012 because I was an exchange student from Pescara here at Nazareth College. I then came back as a tutor in 2015 again, and after that I started my graduate school. I enrolled in graduate school here in the United States, actually at the University at Buffalo, and now I'm back at Nazareth College. Very happy to be here again.
Share with us a little bit more about the history of the Casa Italiana.
Casa Italiana has been here in Rochester since the 1970s. The idea of building a Casa Italiana started in the 70s from a member of the Italian American community of Rochester whose daughter was studying here foreign languages at Nazareth College. She was a French major because Italian was not offered yet. So the Italian American community really wanted Italian and to be represented here at Nazareth College, and to have a place as well on campus where the community could join the student community and explore together Italian culture, language, and traditions. So they started putting together a committee, and they put together a fundraise to which, also the Italian Consulate General of New York participated. So it was very much a collective effort. They raised the funds and they started building the Casa Italiana that was inaugurated in 1978. You can probably see one outside of Casa Italiana when you exit the casa, a marble plaque on the left side that says 1978. That's the year the casa was inaugurated. And from there, Casa Italiana started. There have been several directors of Casa Italiana, one of whom was Virginia Otto. Then we had obviously Rosanna Centanni. We also had Dr. Viti Alexander, Maria Rosaria, that you all know. Dr. Viti was very instrumental to the growth of Casa Italiana and in general to representing Italian culture, Italian language, and traditions here in the greater Rochester community. She made sure that Casa Italiana was connected with other Italian American and Italian associations here in Rochester. In fact, we are part of the Italian Civic League, that is an umbrella organization comprising or including other Italian associations here in Rochester. And the activities of Casa Italiana and the programs kept growing throughout the years and have been extended to all members of the community. So from children to adolescents and young adults to adult members of the community. I don't know if there's any aspect of Casa programming that you would like to share, Rheanna, that you've been working on due to the oral history project. And
Yeah, I have found a ton of old film that it has needed to be digitized. I found old flyers for events and stuff like that, and the Casa has such a rich history with so many amazing events. There have been summer camps for kids, like you mentioned. There have been dances and like balls and fancy dinners.
yes, there used to be a lot of those, especially in the first years. So in the 80s and in the 90s, a lot of very formal galas, very formal dinners for members of the community, fundraising events, etc.
Yeah, there would be little, I guess, sort of festivals that would be over the course of a few days to celebrate Italy and Italian heritage that a ton of people would come to. I found, I believe it was from 2003. It was sort of like a memo from, I believe, a New York State senator, I think Robach, and possibly the mayor of Rochester at the time, celebrating Casa Italiana Day. Pretty sure it was in May. I don't have it off the top of my head. I have found some amazing letters that have been sent between different colleges and to different people in Italy discussing the Casa Italiana and programs that have occurred. I found a letter that was addressed to Frank Sinatra while I was going through things. I did not find a response, sadly, but I find it very interesting that that's something that has been dug up in the archives.
Exactly.
Cool.
Yeah.
I think at some point we also looked at an article about a spring festival that was held here, I think in front of Casa Italiana, with a whole musical event and attendees from the community and the student community at Nazareth as well. I think there was a whole play and then musical event, and then obviously the festival. That was must have been great. We should work on something similar.
Exactly. I would love to see these things coming back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Share with us how you came to Nazareth.
My story with Nazareth actually started in 2012 because I was an exchange student from Pescara. Here at Nazareth College. I then came back as a tutor in 2015 again, and after that I started my graduate school. I enrolled in graduate school here in the United States, actually at the University at Buffalo, and now I'm back at Nazareth College. Very happy to be here again.
Yes, that's so exciting. So how and when did you come to teach at Nazareth and the Casa Italiana?
So when I was here in 2015, I was taking classes as a student, but I was also helping out with cultural events here at Casa Italiana, and I used to tutor students of Italian, so Nazareth College students of Italian as well, and that was basically one of my first teaching experiences that then motivated me to, go on and study linguistics and teach Spanish and Italian during graduate school.
Oh, wow. That's pretty cool. Would you like to talk a little bit about what your role as the Casa Italiana director entails, like day-to-day or kind of what to expect? Or
Okay, so basically here at Casa Italiana, I, together with the Casa Italiana team that is basically made of myself, our administrative assistant, Kelsey, and then 2 student workers, and other student workers, that are in charge of the different projects that we offer. We try to offer cultural events of different types of cultural events every semester. We have movie nights, we have lectures, cultural presentations, we have Italian classes for adults, so evening classes, and also, as Rheanna was mentioning, La Scuola Italiana, that is Italian classes for children, that culminates in a summer camp. Every summer we have a summer camp for kids. And then we have several other projects that, we run during the course of the academic year. We have study abroad programs with Pescara, both in the summer and during the course of the semester. So I'm basically trying to manage everything that Casa Italiana offers and, make sure that Casa Italiana represents Italian culture and traditions here in Rochester.
Awesome.
No pressure. Just a little bit to do. And there's also the Italian club, Club Italianissimo.
Oh, exactly.
I am the president of this, and there are 3 other students who are amazing officers of this club. We work with Dr. Carota quite closely to plan different events on campus throughout the semester, just to get other students involved with the Casa Italiana.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I always enjoy going to your
Thank you so much.
Rheanna, would you like to talk a little bit more about the project that you're working on with the Center for Public History and the Casa?
So my project with the Center for Public History and the Casa Italiana. So the Casa has a decades-long history with Nazareth College and the Italian-American community of Rochester, and a lot of that history is not publicly known. Even I have known very little prior to starting this project about the history of the Casa. So at the moment, with Dr. Carota and Dr. Neeland, I am working on archiving the documents and photos here at the Casa, some of which come from the 70s, the early 1970s. We are hoping to have all of these materials archived and to be available publicly for the community at some point. And we are also hoping to reach out to community members to conduct oral interviews in the future to kind of get more Italian-American stories.
I love that.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. Would you like to talk a little about some of your hopes to that you would like to accomplish this semester or for the general future of contributing to the Casa Italiana's legacy?
Yes, thank you. Very good question. Very interesting. So one thing that is, a priority for me, given my field of expertise, which is linguistics, specifically sociolinguistics, is to expand on the project that Rheanna was just describing, that we are revamping after starting it in 2015 with other exchange students from Pescara, in terms of the linguistics side of the project. So in terms of research, we want to conduct a linguistic assessment of language maintenance, language retention in the Italian-American community of Rochester, New York, because we have realized that there hasn't been so much, research carried out on the topic. And the Italian-American community of Rochester is one of the biggest ones in New York State and in the Northeast in general. So we are definitely, we feel our duty as researchers, right, and students to document this. And I think we have good chances to do that in collaboration with the Center for Public History and with the support of Casa Italiana and all our members. So that's one aspect that I wanted to talk about. But in general, we try to, here at Casa Italiana, what I see in terms of my contribution is that I want to show a contemporary, real life side of Italy. So I want to incorporate new materials, new ideas, contemporary writers, contemporary historians, etc., in the courses that we offer here at Nazareth College, here at Casa Italiana, for our Italian majors and non-Italian majors, right? Other students that might be interested in Italian culture or language. So those are two things that I would like to work on. And in general, I want Casa Italiana to be accessible and a point of reference for all generations. So that's why we have the courses for kids, then we have courses for adults, and we also have courses for Nazareth students, so young adults.
Wonderful. Would you, kind of going off of that, would you like to talk about some challenges that you have faced being the director? That's a lot of...
The challenges were, I don't think we have enough time to talk about all these challenges here, but no, definitely experiencing Casa Italiana and Nazareth College in my new role as faculty member. It was something different because I used to be a student here and I used to be a worker at Casa Italiana. So now it's very different, but I have to say it's challenging, but it's beautiful at the same time. And I think having been a student here gives me a little bit of an advantage because I can see things from, the two sides of the coin, right? So I can relate to students, show them around, tell them, look, have you tried going into this building, doing this, printing your documents from this? Maybe students don't know. So, that's been very nice overall.
Awesome. Would you like to talk a little bit more about your time being a student at Nazareth and some of the professors you had and now being a professor here? What's that like?
I think I always tell my students, I was telling you before, right? Nazareth, you think it's just a college, right? I'm going to college, I'm going to graduate, that's it. I think Nazareth has the power to really shape the life of individuals and students because faculty members are so devoted to their students. And this is part of the reason why I was able to, further my studies here in the United States because I had the support of former faculty members that were my professors here in Nazareth, and that really changed my career, my life. So I always tell my students, I always suggest them, ask. This is every question is possible. No question is a dumb question. This is the right time to ask. Go to office hours, ask everything that comes to mind to that faculty member because they are able to, they are the ones that can help you and they want to help you. That's, I think, one of the most beautiful things here in Nazareth College.
Oh, I can definitely relate to that. Rheanna, would you want to maybe talk about your experience?
I completely agree with that. One of the reasons I chose Nazareth is because it was a smaller college. I know the class ratios were pretty small, so it wasn't a gigantic change from high school. I wasn't going to be in a lecture hall of 300 people like some of my friends are now. And I feel very lucky to have found the departments and the professors that I have found in the fields of study that I am in because there are so many amazing professors here that make me truly enjoy coming to school every day and make it hard to think about graduating. I'm supposed to graduate one semester early, but now I'm rethinking that because I cannot imagine leaving yet. I'm only a junior right now, but I truly love this school, and just like you were saying, I don't feel like I'm just coming here, learning, graduating. I feel like this is a really big part of my life, and I'm really thankful for it.
Oh. So would you like to share some fondest memories, maybe at the Casa in particular, or just Nazareth in general? Or you have any funny stories? Or
So many. Oh, goodness.
That's a good sign.
Some really fond memories, at least here at the Casa. Oh, my goodness. Honestly, anytime there's events, all of my classes here have been so memorable. Last semester in the spring with Dr. Vitti, I was in a class on Dante's Divine Comedy, and I was one of 4 students. So it was an extremely small class, and it was just so close-knit. We were always laughing, and it really didn't feel like a class. Aside from that, last spring, a folk dance group from Sicily was here, Acragas, and there were so many Sicilians and Italian Americans in the room, and there was music and dancing and singing and food, and it was just like this beautiful environment, and I just felt so at home with that. because everyone felt like family, even though I had never met these people before. And so the Casa has truly just fostered so many great memories for me.
Great, great. That's great to hear. I think one of my fondest memories, or the first thing that comes to mind really, is taking Nazareth students to Italy and to Pescara, because I know what it is like to live in a foreign country. And I wanted to be able to take my students to my hometown, Pescara, show them around and kind of guide them through all the little things, any aspects of daily life that they might not be familiar with or they might not have seen in class, because we know that we have such a limited time, right, to talk about Italy and language and culture in class. We try to do our best, but when you are in the country, actually it's different, right? So taking them around to visit the different cities and visit the region, and have pizza together. I remember this summer at the end of the program, we had pizza napoletana together in Pescara. And so it was funny to see that all the students were trying to go through the menu and look where is and they were trying to find a pepperoni pizza, and they kept asking me, where is pepperoni pizza? We don't have pepperoni pizza in Italy. We have the closest flavor basically, or pizza that we have is pizza con salame piccante, right, which is similar to pepperoni, but it doesn't exist. So even just going to dinner with students was a meaningful experience, and I think it helped them develop intercultural competence. So that was a very nice, a very nice thing and a very nice memory.
Oh, I love that. Now you're making me want to study abroad to Pescara. I'm definitely thinking about it.
I'll go back with you.
I'm definitely
She's
on
been
my mind.
saying that for weeks now. Every time somebody says, I want to go, Rheanna goes, I'll go back. Let me know.
It's funny because while I was studying abroad, obviously I was so happy to be in Italy after studying the language for close to a decade now. But at the same time, while I was there, I was so homesick. And then as soon as I get home, I'm like, I miss Italy so much. I need to go back right now.
That's how it is. That's how it is.
So my last question is, do you think that Nazareth and the Casa Italiana is a special place to work? And if so, please explain why. You definitely talked about it a little before, but I just want to, if you had any last things you wanted to talk about.
Okay.
I mean...
Vai, Rheanna.
Oh, dear. I don't even know how to explain Nazareth and the Casa Italiana because they're such special places. I mean, I don't have experience studying at any other colleges, but I know that Nazareth is very special. Partly because of how close-knit everything is, and it feels less like studying and doing work as it does part of just like a daily life. Like this just feels like part of my daily routine is just coming to school, working at the Casa, talking with my professors. It all feels very natural. It doesn't feel like something I'm forcing myself to do or anything that I'm like uncomfortable doing. It just feels like so natural and does in a way feel like home.
Exactly. Very similarly to what Rheanna just shared, for me it's an honor to work at Casa Italiana because everything I do during my day is contributing to, show people what Italy is like, what being Italian is like, how Italy can tie in, their life experiences or their work interests or their, travel experiences. And the fact that we have this physical, actual place on campus where people can stop by, have an espresso like we just did, talk about, their Italian ancestors, even if they're not studying Italy at the moment, this place is a little Italy on campus. And that's what we try to always, that's what we try to do every day to make sure that everybody knows that Casa Italiana is open. The doors are open to anyone who is interested in anything related to Italy or Italian culture or language. even though you're not a student anymore, maybe you're a community member, or you don't study Italian, but maybe you have Italian ancestors, or you've been to Italy once and you want to come here and have an espresso or speak Italian a little bit. So this is really a cultural center, a center for Italian studies that is open to anyone who wants to experience Italy.
Oh my God, I so enjoyed talking to you both today. Thank you so much. Is there anything else that you would like to share? I'm so glad. Thank you all so much. Grazie.
Grazie mille.
I hope you've enjoyed this special episode of the Centennial Podcast. And we'd love to hear more from you about stories you have about the Casa as we celebrate the 100th anniversary of Nazareth College in 2024 and 2025. Thanks for listening. If you like what you hear, let us know. You can contact us at publichistory@naz.edu, and be sure to like us on Apple Podcasts or wherever you hear this podcast.